Hello, my name is Mark Dinverno. Forgive these huge headphones, but it's the only way that we could work out how to record this. So this is a sister video to the one that Matthew made. I'm just going to explore our new system from the perspective of being a musician or a learner, someone that's just interested in playing around probably on a MIDI instrument like this piano, and going through some of the functionality and working out, does it make sense for you? Does it kind of, give you new opportunities for kind of creative freedom, creative expression, musical creativity? And I think that's the way we've always thought about technology: is does it provide new opportunities, and does it support us get to know our own playing and kind of the things that we might want to do? So this is I'm determined to do this in one take. So I think the first thing to say is, just because if you're not hugely technical like me, is I downloaded the system from Matthew Yee King's place on GitHub. The instructions should be very clear in the paper, and when that goes into the download file, you'll see that it creates a folder. Inside that folder, there's another folder called VST3. Inside VST3 is the thing called MIDI Markov Rebuilt. We're not thinking of a fancy name for this at the moment, but answers on a postcard if you can think of a cool name for this. I put that onto the desktop on my Mac, in this case, and then I create a terminal. I move the directory to the desktop so that the terminal is on the desktop, if you know what I mean, by going through a couple of directories, usually my name, and then you get the desktop. And then I put in the command, which is XATTR space -CR space, and then the name of our file, MIDI Markov Rebuilt, which if you put MIDI and press space, it should auto-complete, and then you're ready. And then what happens is that you've got to do some other things as well. You've got to connect your machine with the MIDI keyboard, and typically that is a USB-C from the Mac that I'm using, which you can just about see here. I'm not going to move things, but there's the Mac, and then there's a USB-C lead that comes out and goes in to the piano, and that is this USB-C connection. So can I pull it out? So can you see what that looks like? And that is typically what I've used on different pianos whenever I've played this. So that's the lead that you need to set this up. And now I have to find out that I can put it back in one piece. I can. The next thing you have to do to make sure it all works is then go, when you've double clicked it, because you've done all the various things that you need to get it to run on in my case, the Mac, you go into options, you go into audio MIDI settings. This is not recording for some reason. So you see up there, top left is options. Now what happens when you open options, it's not picking up the pop-up window. You will see something called active MIDI inputs, and you'll need to tick that. You'll see the name of this piano. In this case, this is a Nordgrand 2 MIDI. So if you click on options, it should all come up automatically, but you tick on that, then you go to MIDI outputs, and again, you should, if you just use the scroll, there's a little arrow, you'll see that your piano inside MIDI output. So it's just connecting the piano to the system. Right, now I can have some fun and actually start to play the machine for you. And I'm just going to go through some of the functionality that Matthew spoke about. So reset the model. So let me just do something I'm just going to play something in C major and then save that model. So here I am playing something in C major. I can experiment with the BPM function. obviously the thing is to try to make it as musical as you can. And then when you're finished, that will stop the AI from learning. Then we can save the model. What should we save as? Should we just say C Mage? And it should give you an option to save that somewhere other than straight on the hard drive. So I can put it onto the desktop, for example, for now. The model has saved. And I can see major model.model Z, so I can see that. Now I'm going to play something much more free. So let's reset the model, and you can see that there, as Matthew says, everything goes to 0. So I'm going to play something much freer now. I might just try to see. So I'm now going to save that model as crazy free. Now, what other musicians have done is that it's a fantastic Baroque player, and let's reset the model again. And they did lots of kind of Baroque improvisations, which I cannot play, but. So you get the idea that I can save that model. I mean, I can't play Baroque. And so on. So you get to train it. You can choose whether you want to carry on developing the model. You can load those models in at any point. So supposing I want to bring my C major model in, if I load model, I can go to the desktop. I can get C major. I can open it. I don't want it learning anymore, but I want it playing. So it could play on its own, just based on what it's played with me in the past. If I want it to carry on learning with me, I can add to it. It's also fun now to start playing different keys. That's a lot of fun. I mean, one of the things, save that model for another time. What did I say? New C major. Because I've built it. I've saved it in the wrong place. But you get the idea. It's a lot of fun. And then Matthew's given a very good. I'll have another go at. Supposing I just wanted to practice me playing some solo lines in the treble and the bass, and let's see how this avoid works. So let's give this a go. We've reset the model. Let's do both, and I'm going to play at the top of the register and just see what happens and allow Polly, I think. Here we go. This is a lot of fun. It's saying out of my register. Ah, it's beautiful. So that was a real moment. And you're going to make it work, you have to try and get into it. Like, you know, the state of flow that we discussed. Oh, that's nice. And then, very nice. Now, if I come down, will it notice and start to go up? Yes, it does. Very nice. Very nice. It's gone below it. Lovely. Doesn't need me. That sounds great. I mean, it's coming up with some really interesting stuff. Yeah. When you think that it's got absolutely nothing, it starts with absolutely nothing, and then we can get reasonably sophisticated dialogues going just after a few seconds, let alone a couple of minutes. Anyway, you get the idea that that's a lot of fun. I'm going to reset the model, but that was great. I'm going to just try this cool response. Maybe, I don't know what avoid +2 means, but maybe it's gone there automatically because of what I'm doing. So I've not tried this yet, so let's give it a go. And I'll start playing, I think, solo. Comes in nicely. I like the way it's randomly switching the over poly and the avoids. Very good. No, it's a very nice chord there. Did you hear that? It's great. Well, that is without doubt the best I think that system's ever, our system has ever sounded. So yeah, exciting. So please, it's there, it's free. If you do use it, let us know, just for practice, and let us know how it's getting on, and we can, as I say, this going to be used in some professional contexts as well as some learning contexts and educational contexts as well, and public engagement contexts. So anyway, this is me, Mark DeVerno, signing out, and I could have gone on for a long time there, but why don't you? Okay, thanks a lot.